Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexForNoobs.com with my midday analysis. If you enjoy this analysis and my other videos, hit the subscribe button below this video. Subscribing to my YouTube channel gives you an instant notification whenever I add a new video. Also, please hit the like button below if you find this video useful. So before I start the analysis, I want to explain how it works so you can actually use it in your trading. On most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I hold a live analysis session for my Forex Mastermind students. These sessions are recorded and posted to YouTube. I say most because some days I'm busy and other days I'm not trading, and I have a rule: when I'm not trading, I do not post analysis. In the analysis, I look for price action reversal setups on around 10 to 20 pairs that I'm currently trading. I check every time frame for every pair, taking a systematic approach to doing analysis. Personally, I do this analysis several times per day, but only the midday session is recorded as most setups are spotted then. So what are setups? A reversal setup occurs when price stalls at an area of support resistance and a transition of power occurs, from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. I wait for price to approach these areas and spot potential setups. But these setups are not actual trades. When I share a setup on this analysis, it doesn't mean I'm entering the trade right away. Setups are just setups, and many setups do not trigger, so they never actually become trades. But some of them do, of course, and some of them become trades. To understand this, you have to know a little bit about my strategy, which I share for free on ForexForNoobs.com, and there's a link to the strategy also below. I use 4 different tags in the name of these analysis videos. The tags are in brackets at the end of the name. It's important to know these tags just so you understand what is in the video. So if you see no setups, that means there are no setups today, obviously. If you see upcoming setups on, that means there are no setups, but I have spotted some very strong support resistance areas, which may lead to setups later in the day. So that could be anywhere between a few hours to a whole day. And if it's tagged with setups on, that means there are setups today, and I'm sharing potential trades in the video itself. So let's get started with the analysis. So today is Wednesday, the 17th of May 2017. Time is 13:02 here in the UK. You're looking at a GBP AUD daily chart. In today's analysis, we're going to review yesterday's analysis, yesterday's potential setups, and we're also going to be looking for new setups, namely reversal setups on the pairs and time frames that you're currently seeing here. So let's get started. GBP AUD, we're going to start off with that. Now yesterday we were looking at GBP AUD for potential continuation reversal. So I was saying that we've seen this pattern for a little while now on GBP AUD. This is just a general how price moves when it's trending. It's very rare that price just goes up and trends like without coming back. You always get that kind of movement. So entering, for example, in a bullish trend, entering long at these points is called a continuation reversal, or that's what I call it. So we had a potential continuation reversal forming yesterday here. It has triggered. I personally didn't enter it. I didn't like the entry. I couldn't get a good entry, so I just skipped it. I think a few of you on the forum did enter though. But yeah, it just didn't look good to me. I didn't get much chance to enter on the retrace. If you look, wait, let's drop down to an even lower time frame. When it started moving up here, it just kept moving up, so I didn't really get a chance to enter on a retrace. What I wanted to do was enter on a retrace, so enter as price, let's say price spikes up to, wait, let's go back to the 12-hour. Actually the daily, sorry, the daily is where I wanted to trade it. Price spiked up to here, broke this level, and then fell back down a little bit. I wanted to enter somewhere down here. That way I had a good risk to reward ratio. Right now there's no good risk to reward ratio on this setup, so I didn't enter it. I know a few of you entered those, so Yeah, I mean, it's not looking bad at all. It's looking okay, so I would just suggest holding it. All right, EURGBP. We're also looking at potential reversals on EURGBP. I didn't enter this one either, just didn't like it. It kind of formed on the 6 hour, on the 8 hour, but it went up before moving down. I didn't like it. But it looks like this is kind of happening too. Did anyone enter this one? There we go. Anyone enter this one? No? Okay. EUR Jpy, same deal. I mean, it pushed up to resistance and it's backed away. There was a potential entry on one of the lower time frames, but it just wasn't that great a setup to me. We're getting a potential continuation reversal here at the moment. But again, this is something that I'm not too interested in trading. So yeah, I don't really see much happening with EUR Jpy either. Now, Euro New Zealand, this one is somewhat interesting. This one is something that I might actually be looking to trade still. Euro New Zealand seems to be slowing down at this resistance area. First 12-hour candle closed as indecision, so that showed us that buyers were losing control of price. This current candle is making new highs, so I wouldn't say that there's definite signs that sellers have taken control and that buyers have lost control, but this is worth watching. So over the next 24 hours, over the next 12 hours even, because this is a 12-hour chart, I want to see what happens. I want to see how this candle closes. This candle has got 9 hours until it closes. So yeah, over the next 9, 12, maybe even longer, we should get an idea of what's going on here, because this candle is going to close, new candle is going to open, and hopefully it starts moving down and we could get into a bearish reversal trade. So I'm keeping a close eye on this. Euro New Zealand looks pretty decent for today. Let's pull that to the top of the list. EURCAD is another one we were looking at yesterday for a potential continuation reversal. We're looking for it to head down to here and then reverse, but that hasn't happened. EURCAD is still stuck kind of in between support resistance areas. So yeah, there's not much that we can actually do here. All right, so let's get to some newer pairs. AUD-CAD. AUD-CAD is headed down into support. Yeah, just too messy. I'm not really interested in anything there. AUD-JPY is still reversing from resistance. Nothing we can do that. Well, nothing too interesting for me. AUD New Zealand, yeah, nothing's really going on. AUD USD is in between two support resistance areas right now, so it's kind of like in between these two major areas. Therefore, we're probably not going to see anything interesting here. Yeah. Whoa, okay. Relax, Euro AUD. That's a nice, strong, bullish move. Let's see on the 4 hour if it's stalling. Not really. Maybe the 1 hour. Actually, we are seeing some signs of it stalling. Buyers are making a new high right now, but price is definitely kind of slowing down here. We could see the free indecision candles on the 1 hour chart. So we're seeing signs of it stalling on this area. Now this could make for a pretty good counter trend reversal. The trend is definitely bullish, and now it's hitting this area, and it's a pretty strong area if I recall. Yeah, it's a pretty strong area. See what happened last time it was here? It went down for ages. We have another bounce there, a bounce there. It's a strong area. It's a strong area. It's hitting it right now. We're seeing signs of price stalling on the smaller time frames. We're also seeing signs that buyers are quite strong at the moment. So we should just wait it out. Just see what happens. Just keep a close eye on this. This does have potential. Euro New Zealand and Euro AUD right now have potential. So let's keep a very close eye on these. Saj, what about USD CAD? No. I cover pairs in order, in the order that they appear on this list. USD CAD's at the bottom of the list. I forgot what we were up to now. I think we're up to what were we up to? Does anyone remember? No, we were just covering Euro AUD, but what were we going to go after? Where were we going to go after that? Because we have this list here, I just moved Euro AUD to the top. I can't remember where I was on this list. AUD USD was coming next. So we covered AUD New Zealand? Yeah, okay. Well, let's just go to AUD USD. Hope you were right. Hope we haven't missed anything. Yeah, AUD USD is just in between two support resistance areas. I think we've already covered AUD USD, to be honest. All right, USD CHF. What's going on with USD CHF? We haven't covered this. Okay, yeah, so USD CHF has broken below the support area. It's a pretty decent support area here. We adjusted it yesterday, pulled it up a little bit. It's broken below it. It's tried to push back up. I was hoping for it to come back up to here so we could enter a continuation reversal. Never quite happened. I mean, it could still happen at this point, but yeah, it's looking less and less likely. Check it out on the 12 hour. Yeah, it's dropping quite heavily on the 12 hour. That USD CHF move is crazy. I'm very curious to see where it stops, but it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. This is the next support area, all the way down here at the 0.9700. That is the next support area. It's a major support area. Let's see if it reaches down there, and if it does, let's see what happens. All right, EURCAD. What's going on with EURCAD? EURCAD's approaching a pretty strong resistance area. Yeah, I'm going to pull this resistance area down. Why am I pulling it down? Because when you're placing support resistance, recent data is the most important data. Recent data shows that we have a bounce from here. So I'm pulling it down to come in line with this bounce instead of the previous bounces, which were January 2016. So I'd rather place it at a current bounce than a bounce from over a year ago. So EURCAD is sitting on this new resistance area. And I don't know, it's not really stalling. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a little bit. So stalling on resistance, let's keep a close eye on it. Let's see what happens with EURCAD. EURUSD. EURUSD is approaching a pretty strong resistance area. Yeah, this is a good resistance area. The 1.1140. EURCAD's approaching that. Let's keep a close eye on, sorry, EURUSD I meant to say. Let's keep a close eye on EURUSD and let's see what happens. If it hits this area, we could be in for a pretty decent reversal on EURUSD. So let's watch it closely, guys. All right, Jpy has continued its reversal from last week. It's headed down, headed towards support, but it's not close to it, so we can't really do much with this pair at the moment. GBP/USD is still ranging on this area. It's been doing this for a while now. It's just on this tight range. There's not really any opportunity to take a trade here. New Zealand CAD. New Zealand CAD. Yeah, it's just stuck below the support area. This pair is such a mess. All right, New Zealand JPY seems to have moved down. There were a few people long on this one yesterday. Did you guys manage to get out? Well, you wouldn't have got out with at break even, but the right time to get out would have probably been around about here or a bit lower, as it started coming back down into support. I mean, if you were looking for an early exit, that is. Yeah, it's unfortunate how fast it moved. This candle, it moved quite quickly, so it's no surprise that it hit stop losses. Ah well, as we were talking, as I was explaining yesterday, it's good not to get into the habit of closing your trades out early, because some of you were considering closing it up here. So even though it's turned into a loss, it's good that you didn't close it up here, because then you get into the habit of doing that, and you start doing that on all your trades, or very many of your trades, and it leads to an overall lower overall lower target or win ratio, whatever you want to call it. You moved your stop loss to entry, fair enough. I'd say moving your stop loss to entry was a bit too high on this one. I mean, even though you lost less than someone who would have left their stop loss would have, again, it's what we were talking about yesterday. Your risk to reward ratio is important, and closing trades out too early messes your risk to reward ratio up overall. Anyway, let's go New Zealand USD. Nothing much is happening. Pretty boring day today so far. USD CAD, what's going on with USD CAD? Just moving down, really. There's not much potential for a trade here. Yeah, there's nothing really happening here. USD JPY, this one's moving down quite fast. Yeah, there's nothing really much happening here either. Just this area down a little bit. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I wish it was a bit more exciting day, but it really isn't. But a potential setup forming here on Euro New Zealand. Potential setup forming on EURAUD. Potential setup forming on EURCAD. So all the Euro pairs again, like yesterday. EURUSD, we don't have a potential setup forming, but it's worth watching as price hits approaches this area. We might see a potential setup. And yeah, that was it. It's just the Euro pairs: Euro New Zealand, EURAUD, EURCAD, and EURUSD. Welcome, Mohammed. Sorry for what, Bob? Well, I'm sorry, Mohammed, but you've missed the webinar. We've pretty much just gotten to the end, so. GPCHF. Alright, so we got some support resistance areas for GPCHF now. Presumably you guys are talking about this setup, which is forming on the 12-hour. Honestly, I don't see it. It's forming below the support area. Support could have easily become resistance at this point. I don't really see it. This area could be even higher. Up here. I don't really see any strong support down at this current indecision candle. Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.